Oh, I forgot.
Yay, I have an address for Jimmy Ross, so we can send this off.
Okay, we're live on YouTube. Hi, YouTubers.
Good morning. What kind of paper? Is it semi-sized or unsized?
Semi-sized or mulberry paper. Unsized is fine, not sized. Semi-sized or mulberry paper. This is mulberry paper with a fiber. It's number 2 in our store, Blue Heron Arts. You can also use number 1 that was provided by the library. The difference is this one has more long stringy fiber in it. Okay. I have a sketchbook which is mostly done on semi-sized paper. You can see here. I think it's probably unsized. Yeah, maybe. But now we provide semi-sized in our store. I think it's easier. It will not penetrate through because if there's insert between the pages, it's a waterproof paper inside the 2 pages. You can see here, so it will not go through. This is a good tool. I use a pocket, portable Sumi brush pen when I do the sketch. So, Yongle, do you have any announcement before I start the class?
Okay, welcome to the Brooklyn Public Library. This is the Memory of Home project and the Asian brush painting, lesson number 7. Next week will be the last lesson for this segment of Memory of Home Asian brush painting program. And I send an email to everybody asking you to take the nostalgic trip down memory lane, remember something from your childhood, and maybe look at some pictures or magazine photos or drawings or photos of events that you would like to depict using the technique of Asian brush painting that we learned from Henry these past 2 months. And write a few sentences to describe the significance of this event. So I know this is a lot to ask, and if you do want to go through this exercise, I think it will be a very memorable thing for you, for us, for your family and friends and future generations to remember. So you could send all these information, a short description of the stories and reference photos and sketches, simple sketches of your ideas to our class drive. That way, Henry would look at it and be prepared to guide us during the next class. If you have difficulty uploading any of these files to our class drive, you are welcome to email me. I might not be able to attend to all emails because there are about There are many people in this class. So I apologize if I could not attend to all, but I will try. Try to send it before Tuesday, next Tuesday. So you have about a week of time to do this exercise as a final event. Okay. And starting in May, Henry will continue to teach us the Asian brush painting, focusing on flowers and insects and birds. It's supported by the Baker Library, and we name it a different name. We call it Celebrating Asian Heritage Month with Asian brush painting. So please register. I shared the registration link last week already. It's already posted online. And we will continue with Henry. But next week is our final concluding segment, okay, for the Memory of Home project. Thank you very much. And Henry, it's all yours.
Thanks, Yongle. Time's really fast, so this will be my second to last class, and will be the last class with a theme. Next week we're supposed to talk about everybody's homework, so I will maybe do some demo based on your inspiration from you. Okay. So this will be the last subject matter on the syllabus, which is the palm trees. I was born in an area without the palm trees in the city of Nanjing, near Yangtze River. In China, the palm trees only in the maybe southern Canton or Hainan Island, I think. It reminds me of this kind of tropical place, and very exotic, like foreign countries, what we see on magazines and movies. So we don't have any books references on this subject matter. I did research on internet. I didn't find very much information on painting palm trees, especially the Ningnan school. They lived in the area, but I didn't find many references. However, I do have a young generation Ningnan artist named Yanjing Yuan. I already sent you the link. He was we met on the internet in a forum about 10 years ago. He is a person that lives in the by this ocean, and he devoted his artist life on this single subject matter, which is the palm trees. So I wish he become a master in the near future. He has a distinctive style that I will introduce. As promised to him, one day I will write an introduction to his future collection book. Maybe I did have a folder full of his paintings over a decade. The painting I choose to do is from that collection. Originally, let me show you. It has some figures. I think I have a version more according to the original here. I modified a little bit, but basically it's this painting that we're going to do today. Okay, with 3 palm trees and 3 religious leaders in China, Chinese history. They're Confucius, Lao Tzu, or Taoist master, and a Zen master, maybe Bodhisattva or whoever. So it's a monk, a Zen monk, a Confucius scholar, and a Taoist immortal or priest, if you like. This kind of painting always have some symbolism, right? So in this painting is entitled "Universal Love Facing the Ocean," which is representing the general purpose of our religious world religious. So no matter what your belief system is, all religious are benevolence, right? So Confucius also said, benevolence people loves the mountain, or wise man loves water, something like that. Anyway, so ocean symbolize a all-embracing, tolerant environment. So all the rivers converge into the ocean. And that's the symbolism of this painting. So Chinese painting is not just a depiction of scenery, like in this Hawaii trip, I was doing the sketch on the, I think it's the Black Beach, I call it. I forgot the native name for that. It was a windy day, and so I got, you can see the tree in this painting, and the actual tree and the picture are with the same kind of mood, right? So in the Chinese painting art tradition, we are more emphasized on the energy flow of qi, or energy flow of energy. It's not visible, but in this case, the qi is the wind. The direction of the wind is very important. So, unlike Western watercolorists, when you start painting, you mark a sun, the direction of the sun, right? The direction of the light. In Chinese painting, we determine whether the qi comes from left or from right. So you need to make clear in your mind. So in this case, the wind blows this way, right? So maybe we should keep everybody muted. Okay, sorry. So first of all, let me let's say what we should do. We'll do some techniques. We can start from learning from nature, or learning from the masters or other artists. And let's do some strokes. So when you look at a real tree, you know where to look at. Let me get the handout here. And if you like, you can open the handout in different window if you want. Okay. Here's the steps of doing the palm tree. We can use practice paper. Let me just use semi-sized paper. You can use N-size, semi-size, or mulberry paper today. Maybe we just talk about the top part, and then we I just repeat this this handout here. Then you can paint along. You can continue paint on one tree. I try to do this diagram here. So we just use ink at this point. We don't have to worry about tonalities. But as always, we load the brush with gradation. So the brush starts with the clean water, and then dry the bottom of the brush a little bit before you load the ink, so it's not dripping, right? As long as that. So if you later we might do more detailed on different ink tones. So when you start doing this fruits, you could start with the light, like I did on handout, but not necessary. In the beginning, we just concentrate on the structure of the painting. So you can do, let's say, just 5 circles to represents the coconuts. There are different palm trees. It could be dates, palm, and some other palms. I don't know the other names. But today we do this coconut, which is a typical Asian, South Asian, Hawaiian kind of palm. And suppose the wind comes from the left, right? So the two sides, left and right. The left side is against the wind and blow then blow to the right. So you draw like an ear shape, like that. Okay, and then draw another line, another what do you call this? Center of the wing of the stem of the long branch, long leaf. This one you can go a little straighter because the wind goes like blows. This will this against the wind. This right side is to follow the wind. So on the sample painting, the artist made this symmetrical. I mean, it's kind of confusing to me. So I would correct that. And you could be very critical when you do your study. So basically, it's like that, right? So let me repeat that, just 5, and you can just draw something like that, and I'll repeat here. It doesn't matter. As long as the shape the shape are about the same size, I think it's okay. And this could go down a little bit. You can make 3. You know, you start to add another one, and let's just do it smaller so you can see more. So if you see the whole shape, it would be something like that, right? Then we'll add another one, which is in between this and that, a little, straight, maybe this one on this side. So they radiate from the center, right? Okay, you don't have to do all the lines, but this would be a good idea to keep in mind the pattern of this. Because when we actually paint, we go from dark to light. So we may finish this leaf, and then we do the next. So according to the ink in the brush, sometimes the sequence may change, but it's good to keep this kind of pattern. And then you draw the lines of this, leaves, palm leaves. You don't have to do all the details. You can simplify them into larger than life size. It's just an impression of that. More important is the pattern. So they have a very loose. I mean, how to say? Notice the angle. The angle is like this. Let me do this here. So at the first, it's a little larger, and then becomes smaller but longer at the end. Just something like that. And then on this side, on this the outside, we don't paint 2 sides the same, right? In the perspective. Okay, let me do a larger stroke so I can show you the press and lift thing. So on this the right side, you do like this. It's like a bamboo leaf, right? Something like that. Oops. I'll just put this under. So this is the, you can go back and then to hide the tip in the beginning and expose the tip. See, if I don't reload, it become lighter and lighter, and something like that, right? So this is the basic stroke, and you can make some crossing, some overlapping to make it more natural. And here's the first stroke, supposed to be, right? You paint along that. You can make the beginning right on the line, so you leave the other side a little white, just or you can leave a little white highlight in between. So it's up to you. And this side we press and then lift. This is what we call the nail head. And a nail, like a nail head. Nail head stroke is like you press and then lift. This is too, you hide the tip and then expose. And you make a fold at the and make a direction change. So that's a little bit challenge. I know if you practice a lot, if you practice calligraphy, it will be easy for you to control this kind of shape. So just like a bamboo, like that, right? When you paint a windy bamboo, it will be leaned to one direction, and it was this kind of added stroke. That's derived from the bamboo painting, actually. This kind of stroke. Yeah. So this is bamboo. So more like a bamboo, bamboo stroke, right? Okay. Let's continue this diagram. So you add few strokes on the left, and this one can have a little overlapping, like that. You can add some more leaves. So the stroke, the branch or the leaf in the middle is more straight, like a young leaf could be. So they're shorter near the bottom and then longer, like that. Okay. Sometimes in Western painting, or in distant painting, we just paint a shape like that, just like that. So the brush goes along the center stem, and just like a bamboo leaf, like a bamboo leaf. Again, it's bamboo leaf. So you can do a silhouette, just like that. Silhouette. Yeah. You need to practice this. This is what we call the side brush stroke. Side means the brush tip is along one side instead of in the middle. We'll do the branch with this side brush. This is centered. What do we call tip concealed or tip centered? Tip centered. 中锋 centered. In Chinese, 中锋. This is 偏锋. Okay, that means the tip is held in the middle of the line, and you can use what we call the I forgot that term we learned in the first class. Staccato lines, right? You can have some lost and found, and then you put this lines, this wrinkles or texture. Notice the direction. This usually has a curve, which depends on the eye level. Above the eye level, it goes down like this. Under the eye level, it goes up, right? In the middle, it's more leveled. So that's a perspective. So they're not just straight dashes. So this is but you could do that, in painting. It could be stylized. Then we just add this outline. Sometimes in the field, I just do everything in one stroke, and then we add some line, so you can combine the shape and the outline. You can also doing the texture first and then outline. So but the sequence is do the leaves and then the leaf the trunk. The tree trunk is a little curved with the coconut, not like some palm trees too straight. So in painting, we always try to make it graceful. That's very important. You keep the whole gesture in mind. Sometimes I do the trunk first, especially in the composition. We divide the space using the trunk. Another element of this painting is this rock. Okay, here's another sample I did, more based on the photograph. So I tried to paint that tree I was drawing in Hawaii, but with a little stylized strokes. The rock is another element in this painting I want to show you. Okay, just use this paper. When we talked about the line on the trunk, that's the same thing. We outline the rock with a tip concealed stroke. You can have a shape between square and round, because in the near the ocean, the rock, the boulder, maybe we call that, it's more polished and rounded, unlike the rocks on the snow-covered mountain. They are relatively younger in the history of Earth, right? So this kind of rock usually has a more rounded shape, and you can combine different size of rocks, like a large and middle and a small. Usually, it's good. And 3 would be the basic. And I mentioned the stone nose. You can then paint the stone nose, which is usually the dividing line, the point where you divide the planes. So this is the top plane. In Hawaii, we see this kind of black stones, like lava stones. They're quite dark, so you could use dark on the local color, because this is not has to do with the shading. It just it has the concept of what we call the solid and the void. So the void is usually the softer part. So we may think this the opposite. The dark is the light. Yeah. In this painting. So there's another kind of rock on top. That's what I said. It's a little higher than the sea level, maybe, so they're more squarish. You can use this kind of we call banded, folded, more angular shape, and you use this kind of texture. We call it X cut, like the trace of X cutting the wood, or I always use the mark on an old stone tool, like a chipping mark, like that. Yeah, and then you can do the rounded rock under it. Yeah, just like something like that. Large and the medium, small, so they're not the same size, and you can use some dry brush to shade it. Before it gets dry, you can apply little light ink or just water. Just use water to break it. We call it breaking, to soften it. Okay. Before I forgot, I want to share a tip with you. Somebody sent me a postcard from San Diego in a group, Takasumie. Actually, he's an old friend. We met before with other group. His name is Clifford Brown. And this painting, he used a special technique. He called it Sumi bubbles. Actually, I introduced the group the concept of using different add-on liquid, such as like we talked about the milk or soy milk earlier in this class, when we painted the cherry blossoms, as a resist, right? But this one is a detergent, or maybe hand wash soap will do the same. So the recipe is one third water, 1/3 detergent, dishwasher, and then mixed with one portion of Sumi ink. And I have this made here already. I'm going to show you how to do this. I think the bubble will be very suitable for this subject matter. So then you just make bubbles with a straw. One straw here. He said he will use a spatula to move it. Oops, that broke it. I don't know how he did it. Maybe we just do it right on the paper. Oops, busted. It's kind of hard to control. Here we go. I think that's the process he talked about. He uses a tool, maybe a cake especially, to spread it like ice on a cake, and you got this kind of texture, right? It's pretty cool, right? Can you see that? I wish I had a lot, some larger ones later. So it represents some seashell, fossils or something on the reef rock. It's amazing.
Henry,
Yes.
there is a comment in the chat. Somebody suggested that maybe adding a little bit of glycerin would do also.
Glycerin. What's that? Let me see.
Right now, you have about 1/3 proportion, right? 1/3 of this detergent, 1/3 of Vasumi ink,
Yeah.
and 1/3 of water. Is that
Just
it?
add more soup, more soap.
All this detergent.
Okay, let's try. I think it's working. I just need to practice. Let me just try one more time. I think this is working perfectly. I like it. Actually, you can see how nice it is. Can you see it? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So let's try. With this kind of experiment, we'll do the rock first. If it's successful, we'll do the tree, right? Okay. All right. So I'm going to make another attempt. Just
Henry.
Yeah.
2 more comments. In Mexico, people also use glycerin. The benefit of using glycerin is that the bubbles will last much longer. It will not burst as fast as the regular.
Glycerin. Glycerin is a special chemical or just the dish?
This glycerin, I think, is part of the chemical ganyu. Ganyu.
Oh.
Yes. You could use to make soap also. Oh. Another person suggests using children's bubbling solution, which maybe that could work also.
Yeah,
because those proportions are already.
Yeah, just be creative. I don't know how to put it on. I'm not very used to this tool. So
would it work if you put the paper on top of the bubble after you blow up the bubble? Would it work? Do you want to try that? If you blow up the bubble tall and then kind of put the paper on it, it might not work. I'm just saying.
Just go like that.
Okay, no, let it flow down on its own. Yes.
Yeah, I think I got it. I just let it flow. Yeah, that's how we do it. Let me try one more time. Let me try this. We got a large, but we also need some small. But that could be too much. So it's a learning curve. We try to control something that's impossible. Okay, we just use this for this. I think it's hard to control. So just an idea to explore later, maybe. Maybe just I think it's not easy to get out. Okay, so if it's too much, it's too dark. I like the first one that we got. I wish this one will, I wish it would, we can make a small painting or something. So maybe different paper also, because if it's too absorbent, you might, let me just try one last. No, forget about it. Anyway, we got at least one bubble there. Anyway, so we'll try to hand paint it. If you cannot, if you need to make it successful, you need to prepare more time. So if you have unlimited time, then you don't have to do any preparation, right? That's the law of art, I think. So we'll just paint it based on the idea of this. The idea is to create this kind of bubbles on the top of the rock. Yeah, just to suggest the fossils of maybe coral or something, shares of creatures. And in the classical painting, we have a name for this kind of rock. Is called a 卷云, like a moving clouds pattern. 卷云村. It's if you look at the art history, checking the Song Dynasty history, that has the this kind of 卷云村, just like a curved lines, yeah. And you just use darkening, and then I wash it a little with water. That's it. So that's kind of, but do leave some white and some dry place, not just a single bubble like we failed. I think this is a good example. If we can create with our brush this kind of texture, you have a good painting, right? Yeah, so that's inspiration. You don't have to repeat exactly the shape of that. You can forget about the squarish rock. This is more classical. I will try to do something more tropical and then different. Okay. So now we have this foreground, and you can draw some little streams, but it will be later, I think. So now we do the trees. Okay, the three centers you can determine the. So there's one front tree with diagonal, and then a tall tree here, partially goes outside the frame, so it's higher or farther. So you can draw some there. And there's a little one which is about this level but much shorter because it's behind. And you can move a little higher. So if this is here, maybe just closer to that. But you can add that later. You don't have to do this third one. Just do the front two first. Then I use dark ink for this one. Remember that 3 lines. Okay. 2, right? Just then add one side like that, and goes down and then up in the end. And then the side, you can leave a little bit space between the line and this the leaf strokes. Okay, and here's another overlapping leaf. You can overlap two, so there's a straight one goes behind like that, more in like a dry leaf. You can just draw a line for the trunk here under the coconuts, because this is in the shady area. So I just put a dark stroke in one stroke, and then I start to do the outline maybe under that. So it all depends. So here I do another. Okay, let me just finish this. So you need to control the length of the stroke, so it doesn't go too long. You want to keep the whole shape in like a long shape, not too wide like the palm shape, right? So this goes this one, and you just try the top three now. Add top three. So this side goes. I don't reload the brush. I may just add water later to paint the lighter ones. Okay, so remember the wind, the energy flow. So you have to do wind faster than this. When you do the trunk, you need to slow down because it's more stable. When you do the moving part, you need to move faster, right? Just to remember that. Okay, and you can use dry brush, and then we can add light ink to break it. Okay, here there is some suggestion of just a hint of leaves on the other side, so just the dots, and with a little kick, could be up or down. I think because the gravity goes down. Yeah. Gravity goes. So you have to follow both the rule of the law of the nature and the rule of the painting. Okay. And I just add a little water to do this lower chunk. As I said, we want to do it a little slower when you do this part. And you can draw a line in your mind, not in the dead center, right? It should be a little bit maybe to the left. So just right here, be good. So the turning point, you draw to the turning point without the stop, and then you make another pulse point. So it's relatively straight. I'm sorry, too light. So sometimes I just go like that, just if I'm not sure, and then I draw the lines. You can do the shading and the texture a little bit, just so you can omit some line. I don't like the style. It's too solid, you know. So I try to indicate some light, maybe some. Just do the shady part more heavier, and then the bottom. Okay, okay. Remember the curve above the eye level is down. Yeah, a little up on the bottom. Okay, and then just the bottom is a little wider. Okay, I think some of you they grew up in the tropical countries. So you are more familiar with this kind of trees than me. Okay, this is maybe too thick. That's the problem. I try to maybe caution you. If you make it too thick, it doesn't feel like the spirit of this this kind of tree. So you want to keep the the branch very thin, very straight. So I would correct that. So this could be a little closer. So this is more thinner, I think. So I'm going to do this first. Instead of doing a straight down, you can make a little S or bend a little bit. Not bending, I would say. So try to make it more interesting. I think okay, I'll make a stop there, and then just, I alternate the left and the right. I do the left, then I change to the right, and then continue. And yeah, something a little S, swing would be good, and then just try to make it lost and found. So this is more solid. This is more on the void. Void also could be translated as empty. This is more full and empty. That's the translation of 实 and 虚. In Chinese, we use the word 实 for dense, dark, solid, positive. 虚 means softer, usually softer or lighter is 虚, right? Okay, let me finish this and then do the third one. So remember the two strokes. I will introduce another gesture which is on the left side, but kind of going up instead of down. So a horizontal almost, and then goes against the wind like that. And you can draw a line like from outside in. Outside in is more controllable. And Lingnan artists always do that. They always do branches or leaves from outside in, different than us. The Cantonese school artists always do this. Okay, you see, I omit a lot of omit or lost many details. Just for this layer, you can do more of loose. Yeah, loose. I think it's better term for 虚 or soft. Okay, and then the top. Just some tender leaves. Okay, this one, it overlaps with with that, and it should be a little bit lean to the right. Let me just use a little. And so this is a little farther, so we can use fewer strokes. Oops. You have to make some mistakes in this kind of painting to make it unique, not repeatable mistakes. Okay. And dry brush again. You can just use single stroke. I think it's for this one. So less details. This two closer. This one at a little away from this group. So this is grouping. And you can use some horizontal dash to break it. So you can do the light first, then add the dark, or dark first, and then use light to adjust that. And you can make the fruits some dark, some light. Okay, the water, we don't do without the lines, so you can add a horizon line, but not necessarily complete. It's not in the middle, it's a little lower. I think in the original painting, there's no horizon, it has mist. So we just do the shell line, the shell line. We draw some waves, and then the wall of the wave. So the top of the wave, just like this, you know, you can draw all the waves first, and then it goes. You can have more up and downs near the shell, and then goes flatter, just closer with perspective. Just like this area is a triangular area, and then some foam near the sand. Yeah, that's it, I think. And then you draw some lines. And there's a flower, we call the flower of the waves, just under the line, the roof of the wave, the crest of the line. So that's the idea. Let me just show you what I mean. So the wave goes like that, right? And then you have this kind of pattern, and then the inside the wall, the vertical part, and this in that kind of. But I use very light ink. Very light ink. You can see the water is light. All right, and you can draw a little stream kind of in the front, a little waterfall kind of. Using light ink, and just use a plate so you can see it. Just dilute it with water. Okay, and then just draw a little fall, and then use some kind of again, it's like a same kind of stroke like you draw clouds. Curve. Just a suggestion of it's kind of hard. This is the difficult part. Practice a lot. Yeah, just a little bit. We don't really do the cast shadow on the ground. We just nail it with a few mask dots. It could be, you know, little rocks or just other plants or some grass or whatever to suggest the ground. That's it. And this one you don't have to. So there's the more detail on the closer up tree, but less and the no on the distance. Try to avoid the tangent, so the tree is not directly touching the stone. It should show very different, like light against the dark. It should be fine. You have to indicate that difference. I omitted that cliff thing. Hope it worked. I will write my name here, I think, to close out the composition. Let me just draw this here. and after it dries, you can wash with color, but you have to wait it to dry. Okay. I will avoid the figures, but you can do, you know, a sailing boat or something. Usually in the middle, but I don't have room here. Maybe just draw a triangular shape. I have this sailing boat on my shirt. You can see I'm wearing this tropical Hawaiian style shirt. It has that. Yeah, you don't have to draw the boat, just the sail of the boat will be fine. Just a little, maybe a small, just a few dots, you know, the top of the sails in the distance. Okay, that's about it. And you can do some more shading on the trunk, just to try to, you know, idea complete with absence of stroke. The idea just suggested, you know, without complete this idea. Okay. This is the study I did for the handouts. This is on mulberry paper. This is a semi-size shred paper. Okay, we can use iron to dry it. Okay, now ironically, we have to wet it to do the background, but this part, the foreground, could be done with dry. Yeah. So I use this soft brush. Let's get some colors. Okay, we'll use yellow for the green, whatever. So we just use 3 primaries. Yellow. Oops. It's dried. And brown or the amber. Just okay, and some kind of red. We got I think cinnabar would be good. But if you don't have cinnabar, just use carmine. You don't need that actually. You can use just amber for the red, and or indigo, or for the ocean you might use cello yellow, and it's kind of strong. And the indigo is a little greenish. Oops. For the greens, let me wash my hand. Just a minute. I'll be back.
While Henry is washing hands, Betty, do you want to show your work demonstrating how you deal with the palm tree leaf? You could put your work up. Let me find you. Are you? Oh, yes. Let me pin Betty. And then, Betty, could you unmute and explain what you are trying to say?
Betty, yeah.
Betty say that she has a way of making the palm tree leaves open. Are you able to unmute, Betty? Just explain. We cannot hear you. You need to unmute, Betty.
Betty, what's your suggestion?
Or maybe you could put it in the chat after.
I cannot.
We cannot hear you.
Yeah, you need to unmute yourself. Oops,
Okay.
You got unmuted. You got muted again. You need to unmute.
Yes, I'm okay. Okay. Yes, I get this effect opening the brush just like that, like this.
A split brush.
Yeah. So I found that it's easy to do this effect of the palms.
Okay. Yeah, that's good suggestion. We'll try that. Yeah, you can use it. Okay, the trick to make the brush split is to push the brush. Let me show you. So just use a regular brush. You don't have to cut the brush or anything. Sometimes, I just use this large brush. It's maybe too soft, so we can use this stiff brush.
Yes.
Yeah, stiff brush, and then you push the brush. See that? To push the brush and twist a little bit, it will split. And you can do it, while you paint. So if you push the brush, yeah, that's how you do it. So let's say this is the chunk, or this is the chunk, and you push the brush like that, so it will split more. But don't overdo it, because it gives a feel of too rough, So you need to control that. You need to control the brush. So when you need the flying white, we call it, you can make it split, but not do it on all the strokes. I will say if you use split brush too much, it gives it feel like too rough. Yeah. So just
No, I just do
Yeah.
just like this with this.
Okay. So I think your brush is kind of like bigger than this, so you can create. I have larger brushes, but I think not necessary for this tree.
Okay.
We use split brush for like the other trees, because you really want to, just like pine tree. We don't use split brush for pine tree. For the same reason, we don't use split brush for palm trees, because we just try to keep the painting more elegant, maybe, just like
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Okay.
yeah, that's my suggestion. But style-wise, you want to be more calligraphic. Yeah, just to, you can use this. You can stylize with side brush more. If you want to save some strokes, you can combine to, you know, just combine several strokes, and then you just indicate the, just like we did
So
fish.
the way that I did it, do you think it's not a very good Somi style?
It's a different style, I will say.
It's
not the
a
style,
different,
yeah,
but not Sami.
not the style I try to introduce, because
Okay.
this person has a unique style, and he
Ah.
emphasized on this kind of stroke, which is a Cantonese style, I will say, with
Okay.
heavy contour, heavy-handed.
I thought it was a good idea.
Yeah,
well,
you can
okay.
have, you can have lots of fine, you know, strokes like that. Some styles like that, you know, you can. It doesn't take much time if you just draw, you know, like a watercolorist they always do. They draw the lines. Let's take a look at a master from the West, and let me show you the painting I did. Actually, and he has many variations of the style you can learn from. This is the after Winslow Homer. I think if you paint watercolor or study the art history, you must recognize his name. He's lived at the turn of the centuries, 19th to 20th century, right? Master, and he's great watercolors. Let me show you some paintings by Winslow Homer here. Yeah, this is some famous paintings. Okay, here's the one. Okay, look at this painting. Let me show you the details on this. And you can.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, see how graceful is that? So he used a sharp brush, I guess, not a rigger brush, not a rigger brush, but just a sharp pointed, very sharp pointed brush. Look at
In
that.
Mexico, we say that kind of shape of the palms, they are drunk by the sun.
Bodies.
As they drink a lot of alcohol, they drunk by the sun.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, I did this one.
Yeah, drunk by the sun. Yes.
Yeah,
yes,
this is the one I copied. You can see I like the silhouette of it. Yeah. I liked everything in this painting, but I think it looks very like an ink painting. So I did it with just sumi and then a little orange. This is a sailing boat. The sail on the tip. Just behind the trees. I think the ocean is on the other side. I don't know what's in this shade, but it's nice to create this. I think it's a sunset. This I was thinking this is this. You know, from distance, I noticed my setting sun is in this area. This is the focal point. It may be different than the master's. Is more. A front lit. I think mine is backlit, sunset light, and you can see the sun is on this side. Actually, usually when sunset, the trunk is very warm, right? Yeah. This is a nice little detail with figure with a Chinese fan, lady holding a fan. I don't know where is this this different palm. It could be date palm, and this is a beautiful roof with palm, and this is more detailed, and this is storm. That's what we're trying to do with this windy thing, right? Yeah, and this is sunny scene. Oh, I like this one. Yeah, this is the storm sky, you know, dramatic, and. That's beautiful with the different greens and brown, which indicate the lights. That's
watercolors.
Yeah, watercolor. So we try not to do the shadows. We emphasize on the silhouette, there are different approaches. For Western artists, they are silhouette, the local colors, and the light and shadows, right? Yeah. We just do the local color and the silhouette. Western, but I like the silhouette. Here, you see, this I believe he did like one stroke, maybe two stroke for this kind of a tree. I'm sorry. See that's beautiful silhouette. The profile, yeah. You can learn a lot from just the. But we try to break one stroke into many, but not so detailed. I like this one also, but yeah, it's very realistic. That's banana. This dates, golden dates, right? Yeah, there's a lot of details. We're not going to do that. And this is my copy.
Thank you very much, Henry. They are all beautiful.
Thank you. So let's finish this, the coloring part. Okay, so we're going to do the color with just you can put some red on the top, on the lid part, and some indigo in the shady part. I load the brush with some dark in the tip, so you can do a gradation in one stroke. So this is the shady part, just the bottom of the rock, right? Okay, and that's about it. I think you can put a little yellow, just a little bit. Yeah. And just mix yellow with a little brown to do the scent, right? Yellow and the brown to do the. But you don't have to paint the whole thing. Remember, just a little bit. Just a suggestion for the sand color. And squeeze out the white, the stream on the ground. Okay, and it's just okay. I'll start to do the whole sandy beach. That's okay. I think I'm more into the Western watercolor these days, so I just painted the beach color here, and this is to squeeze out the white wave. So I still leave a lot of unpainted emptiness in my painting. That's very important in watercolor also. Okay, I just exhausted my load of the sandy beach color. Okay, I'm going to wash the wave, the shady part, the using a little sallow and a little yellow to get a kind of green blue color. It's a little more yellow near the shell, near the front, and then more blue in aerial perspective series. You get more blue. So you may wet the paper first. So let me use a sprayer just to wet the area. So this is to avoid. What about this chunk? Yeah, we have to avoid this trunk, so you need to be careful. I just wet the horizon. I still need to have some hard strokes here. So just like that, and avoid the trunk, and add a little blue on top of the. I just add a little water too. So just, oops, I got some dark blue here. I mean ink here. Very light. And you can have some white still. It doesn't take a lot of color really, just a little bit, a little bit, a little bit. Oops. Dry brush on wet, it's the key. So you can control, you can still have some white, not just the blurred. Okay. Oops. I think, yeah, we need a lot of white for imagination. So don't fill in all the white. That's the key point. Well, that's it. I think the less is more at this point. Okay, I'm going to add a little color to the tree. On top is indigo with you can mute it with just with red, and you can add a little touch of yellow to make it green. But basically, it's indigo muted with a little ink, could be, or just a little red. Oops. I got a Maddie. Just a gray blue color would be fine. And just add to this. You don't have to repeat the strokes of the ink. Just but it's the same kind of gesture and the speed of painting. So you paint it on, not just draw or I mean, you brush it on with calligraphy, not just a flat wash. See, this is still have movement, still have the same kind of wind energy. This movement. A little lighter here, and you can have some color just in between, you know, without the ink, to suggest some more leaves behind. Just okay. A little suggestion of the leaves on the other side. Okay. All right. The coconut color could be brown, light brown. I can add a little warm. Just mute it. I think it's a little warm there. Red, blue, and yellow, basically. Okay. And of the trunk, we need to add a little umber or brown. You can mute it with ink or with a little bit indigo. You can still leave some white for highlight. They're quite light, I remembered. Not so dark, but with the shade, some part it could be darker, like under the leaves. just vary the color with some cool, some warm, some blue, some red, yellow. And just less saturation on the distance. We just add little brown. I think the gray is fine. I think. And I still have some, little unpainted white here and there, just to keep it breath, like a little white in the dark, like here a little bit. You don't have to fill in all that. Just look at the whole picture, and you'll see where you need to keep or not. Just tuck in the dark a little bit. That's it. Okay, I'm gonna sign here with this small brush, I think. There's a Chinese greeting or good wish words like 一帆风顺, wish you good luck, like with the welcoming or lucky wind direction, in your direction. I think something like wind in your direction. We can write that. I'm using my body, my hand as an iron to dry this area. Let me just iron it, I think. Make sure it's not going to blur. But you can see it might create wrinkles. You need to move it. Okay, I think I messed up with this word. From wind. 一帆. Okay.
Henry,
Yeah.
why do you pick to write on that side instead of?
Oh, yeah, good question. I think because this is too wet. I think either side should be fine. You can write on this side, but this side looks a little emptier. Oh, actually, yeah, you're probably right, because the wind goes this way. It should be. That's the. If I write on this side, did I block the wind, or this one? I stopped the. So it goes like a circle, right? It has to do with the flow of energy. It depends on how you interpret it. So for me, I think it's stop the eye from stop the energy flow outside. So it goes like a circle, right? You lead your eye
Thank
back
you.
into the painting.
Thank you.
Did I make sense?
I think I understand it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, if you put it on this side, it looks like this is here the energy source. You know, it goes this way. So you stop. Usually, this is so you start from here and end here, then it goes back. It goes like a circle. Yeah. So you need to suggest the direction of the eye, your viewer, how to where to move your
And also composition-wise, the right-hand side of the paper is more dense, has more things, and that give you more space on the left-hand side.
right.
That's purposely also, right?
Yeah,
So it's
every
not.
painting it's different. The energy, even the same composition, just maybe the ink using or some effect, may change. So if you look at, I have samples. Okay, I have a printout here. I think. Look at another example by this artist Yan Jingyuan. If you compare his with mine, you can see the energy difference. Even you copy mine, you will have different results. So that's why people don't mind you copy, because everybody has their own energy, personality. You see the difference. Of course, he has some figures in the middle. So basically, the same idea, right?
What did the artist write? Are you able to enlarge his writing?
I translated it in the handout already, but I can repeat that. It says 面向大海，人心厚爱, facing the ocean, benevolent 人心 benevolent heart. 厚爱 means deeply love. I translated it as universal fraternity, right? Fraternity or universal love.
Fraternity.
Like a brotherhood, universal brotherhood or fraternity, and or universal love, facing the ocean. Facing the ocean, yeah. 面向大海 facing the ocean. 人心厚爱. What is that term? Universal love with a benevolent heart, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
My understanding is that you face the ocean with abundance of kind soul and rich pool of love.
Yeah, I think
that's my understanding.
Yeah, my understanding is when you see the ocean, you feel the smallness of mankind and the integration of a man with nature or something. You look at the meaning of life in a more open mind, maybe, or something universal mind. We call it a universal value these days, right? I think it's, or you can say the ocean is more where all the branches meet. So this three religious leaders, I think, Confucius, Buddhist, and Taoist, it's a traditional theme that you have the three convergence of different religions in Chinese history. So they don't actually have one single dominant belief system in the past. Yeah. So it's a more tolerant.
So all beliefs, even though they are named differently, they have different philosophies. All these three different philosophies
Pursuit of
are all
benevolence.
based on kindness,
Yeah,
the
benevolence
heart,
of
and the love towards
yeah, that's all
the world.
religious. We say that science is the pursuit of the truth, art is the pursuit of beauty, religion is the pursuit of kindness, right? Yeah. Okay.
Okay, it's almost 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
Would you open up
Yeah.
to have the students
Sure.
show their
Yeah.
work?
Yes.
Okay. So students can unmute yourself. Henry, I'm curious, is it possible to spotlight the students' screen on your YouTube
Yes, I
live
can do
streaming?
that. You want me to?
That way, I think when we review,
Oops.
watch the video, we would know what you're talking about. And
Okay,
if any student who is showing
I
the work
have,
doesn't,
let me see if I can just do it here.
Young Lee,
Mhm.
this is Florence. I just want to ask you if I may show something to Henry regarding the bubbles that he was.
Oh,
he,
yeah.
he was. I had done a watercolor one a while ago. I just wanted to see if I could show it to you.
Sure. Now you're
And
on
I can-
YouTube too.
This is the photograph of the
Oh,
work I
yeah,
had.
that's what we try to achieve. How did you do that on watercolor paper?
Okay, I used a bigger bowl, like it was a little wider, and a lot of bubbles on it, and then I put the paper on the bubbles. Bubbles had to, so the impression comes from the top part of the bubbles.
Okay.
And you don't get the thickness that you were trying to pick it up. But if you blow the bubbles a lot, then they come out like a mountain, and you just take the top part, so it's lighter.
Oh, I see. Yeah, let's try that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So, Henry, thank you for spotlighting her. Would you be the person to pick who to spotlight, or do you need me to do that?
You can do that, yeah.
I can do that?
Yeah.
Okay. So, everyone, if you want to feature your work, either raise it in front of you or raise your hand. I think I see Rosemary Hawkins. Okay, I'm going to feature about 2 people at the same time. Okay, so
okay, I can enlarge you on YouTube also if you don't mind. Okay, now we have we can have only one person at a time maybe, so we can.
Okay, right now I'm spotlighting 2 on your YouTube. You could see Rosemary or you could see Michelle.
Let's do Rosemary first.
Okay, so should I cancel Michelle right now?
Yeah, just
cancel. Okay.
Okay, we'll see Michelle. I'll do one by one. Okay, Michelle's painting. I like the perspective of the trees, alignment of the trees. It could be a little bit overlapping with the rocks somehow, you know, so it will create more depth even. And the trees behind could be a little smaller compared to the front one. So in the perspective. Other than that, I don't have any other. Okay, another comment maybe the front one could be a little more diagonal, and then it could be closer to the left side. Kind of, you can even break the left side a little bit. That create a little variation. And then the 2 of the in the back could be a little more overlapping. You already did. The parallel could be a little less. It's kind of hard to. You can have the bottom more closer So they're not so parallel. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
Good job. Thank you.
Okay, I think it was Michelle, right? Next.
Okay. Michelle. Okay. Yeah. The pattern of the leaves are very nice. Try to get away a little bit from the pattern. The pattern will give you the freedom, and then you need to make some mistakes based on the pattern. You know what I mean?
I tried to make mistakes.
Now it's time to make some mistakes to break
I'll work
that
on it.
pattern.
I'll practice making mistakes.
Right. You train yourself first to get to the pattern, and then you use the pattern to get freedom. Yeah, that's the other part is very good. I like the foreground, the softness of the ocean, and I like the trunk especially, very suggestive. It feels sunlit. Yeah, very very good. It's very suggestive. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay,
Good
so
job.
Sharon next. Where is Sharon? Okay,
Sharon.
here. All right.
Okay, Sharon. Yeah, I like the proportion of the tree top and the height. It just right. You know, they look like that with a very tall body. I mean, the trunk. It could be a little thinner on the bottom though. It's expanded too much maybe on the bottom. The triangular shape, yeah, it's too much. Just keep it relatively even. The third tree on the right is correct. Yeah, so because it's hidden. You know. Yeah, just the bottom, the root part, it should be less than the crown. You know, the top. Your crown is very beautiful. I like the that wheel kind of the circling energy. Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
Thanks.
The rock could be a little differentiated, like large,
clear,
middle.
right.
Yeah, make sure you just got 3 right, and then build on that. You can add more. The large, medium, and small. So that would be nice. Lisa.
Okay, thanks.
Next, right? Okay. Or Suzanne. Okay, we got the
Susan May.
Suzanne Meg. Yeah. Okay, your bending leaf could be a little softer, maybe on the bottom. The tip, yeah, the tip may be a little too long or somehow it's a little stiff. That branch. Otherwise, it's all good. You might add a little maybe break that or somehow overlapping with that to rescue that one just a little stiff to me. Yeah. Other than that, the other part is good. The top could be a little more on the second tree, and also on the first one you can have a additional one on top. The third tree on the right is good. Yeah, I like the background. Everything is fine. Yeah. So just the crown, the shape of the tree could be a little fuller. Maybe for the two larger ones, you can add some more, right? Just to just look like they're not enough, Maybe some medium size or some more. Just look at some more tree pictures, maybe get or samples from the other artists. So you can add more on the left, and also more on the right, I think.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thank
just
you.
add like 3 more somewhere. It will be more fuller. And then the on the second tree, 2 more on top will be fine. Just more leaves, more leaves on top. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
Can you say Rhonda, right?
Yes,
Rhonda.
hi.
Yeah. Can you go hold back a little bit? So we can see how the yeah. Good. Yeah. I like the looseness of it. Really nice loose on the tree. So your frame is not complete. Maybe you need to trim it up, but you can extend the trees to the edge. So it's a little too loose. You need to tighten the parts, like to create some dance. You need to create a dense, solid part, more bring them together part. Just put all the rocks together, for example. Just group a little, tighten the elements. The three figures are nice. I like that. Make the background more solid. Not necessarily heavier, just to bring together, So it looks like too much empty space between the elements. You try to tie them together with connections, more connections. Yeah. Otherwise, it will be good. And just extend the top tree, add some more leaves on top to break the top frame.
To utilize the paper more.
Right. Utilize the paper. It's just like you have the unfinished painting here, incomplete part, too incomplete. It's incompleteness is good, but idea has to complete. Idea has to complete. I don't ask you to fill in all the blanks. The blank is fine, just to have some part more finished. Yeah. So now it's like 40%. If you reach the 55%, it would be good.
I'm almost halfway there, right?
The farthest I go is 17%. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Romeo out. Okay. Very nice color. I like the blue water and then the yellow beach, brown rock, and the tree trunk, everything. I like the composition. Yeah, it's a very nice. You got very good rhythm. I like the high and the low. And well balanced. Yeah. The bottom of the rock could be a little darker, just distinguish with the water on this. Maybe on the rock somehow. I think it's probably fine. It's in the front of the rock. Okay. It's okay. I think just maybe a little bit line and separate the water from the rock will be fine. Just that. Just a little bit. Maybe that area. Yeah, somehow give it a ground touch. And you can put something, maybe as a person sunbathing on the beach or something. Or, sitting on the chair somewhere on top of the rock on this area. Right. Okay. You need some focal point there. Yeah. Just have a vacation, people or a family, something like that.
A surfer waiting for the wave.
Whatever. Yeah, you name it.
Perfect.
Yeah, I like the tree trunk. You got texture, shadow. Yeah, everything good. Yeah, very nice. Could be a little thinner next time, maybe.
Yeah. Okay.
A little bit.
Thank you.
Joanne Basanti, you are
Joanne.
on.
Joanne Basanti. Okay, you got practices. Okay, here's a complete one. Right. Yeah. Oh, very nice. I like the soft feel of the storm, the breeze of the trees. Very gentle, very nice. The beach has waves. Somehow, it could be a little, flat somehow, but it's kind. You maybe you can cover that. Just maybe do another rock on the left somehow to consolidate the ground, so it doesn't look like trees in the water somehow floating. Yeah, just to ground it a little. Right. So, but then you need to have more tree leaves to balance that. So just a little small border on the left will ground it, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, just
All right,
make
thank
that
you.
red spot into a border on the left of that.
Yeah,
front tree.
that part ended up too red, I
Yeah,
think.
just that red turns into a small rock, will anchor it, and then
Okay.
you will have a perfect large, small, and medium. So just make that into a little dome-shaped rock.
Okay.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Susan
Okay,
Mary,
Susan Marita
you have
Bush is
camera
next.
today. Let's see. So you live in a country with palms around, right?
Yes,
Where
I
are you?
do. And sometimes I go to Costa Rica and there's a lot of palm trees and I have painted them, but always in watercolor, never in this.
Oh,
And I got confused because I started doing the watering inside the palm tree.
Yeah, that's
So I converted it into sand.
Yeah, that's okay.
But I liked a guy before that he did a perspective of the three, that it was really good. So anyway.
Yeah, your rock could be a little separate a little bit. Maybe you can cover the water with a little more rock. So that in the distance, just to make a smaller group on the right, on the left side, left, where you have the water above. Yeah. Here you can have some rocks there, so that will balance the front. Yeah, I think they just scattered some rocks in the background because you have a gathering. You need to have scattering to balance that.
Yeah,
Gathering and disperse. You can disperse a little bit. Yeah, you can call that a balance. But you can have a jumper in between. It will be perfect. Just make a little jumper between the distance and the front. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here.
Would be, yeah. Right. Yeah. I think just near the tree. Yeah, under the tree. That will also change the lines, to redefine the lines there into from wave to rock, something like that. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Henry.
Very nice tree.
Yolande Carlymore is next.
Yolande. Yeah, I like the silhouette of the tree. You got the leaves very nice. Yeah, you're watercolors, right? Very nice color, very sophisticated color.
Also, Henry, I did this one before the class. That's part of what you had on the YouTube.
Yeah, the handout. Yeah, I like that. The figure could be a little smaller and grounded, a little lower maybe. But both trees are nice. If you keep the wind direction in mind, you have the more consistent energy flow. But this is more like a sunny day without wind. That's fine too.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Very good. Yeah.
Florence Mentanani next.
Florence. Nice. I like the tree. It's very stylized. I love the bark of it. It looked like a very old tree.
Like a birch tree.
Yeah, but
thank you.
Yeah, if you could make it little narrower to be more in proportion with the trunk with the top.
Yes, I realized that.
Yeah, but it looks very good. It looks like an ancient master Bada Siren. Do you know Bada Siren? Your stroke, it looks like very masterful, like ancient masters. Did you study Sumie before? Yeah, I think.
No, this is my first time painting.
Oh, you're very talented. I'm very impressed by your achievement with the brushwork.
Thank you.
Very good.
Yeah. I do a lot of watercolors.
Oh yeah, we watercolors are about the same. I can tell. Yeah, but your lines are very good. Your brushwork, your calligraphy is very good. Your watercolor may be very calligraphic too. Yeah. Yeah, very nice. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I like the rock.
Okay.
Very good.
Laurie, next.
Laurie.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Very good. Okay. Yeah. I like the tree with the breeze, like the suggestiveness, very dense, graceful tree top. Very good. The trunk could be a little. You can paint the tree. Trunk more stable, slower and more solid, straight. In contrast with the top. So make that more. The middle one is the perfect one. The front one is a little bit loose, too loose. Yeah. The middle one is good. The foreground could be less simple, not too heavy. Just keep it simple and just do 3: large, medium, small. Not like bubbles I did. Bubble, like all the bubbles together. It's just to group them with the 3.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Just keep the water a little lower to the. So
Yes.
This middle part is too empty. Keep all everything down a little bit. Next time, if you move the tree and the horizon down, it will be better. Yeah. Give more space for the.
Okay. Thank you.
Oh, I love this one by Dorothy. Oh, I love this date palm. Right? Yeah, I like the hairy.
Your rock is nice.
Yeah, beautiful, elegant, very nice, very nice. I like that. The foreground could be a little less to be, proportionally. You should keep the foreground less than maybe 1/3, to give more room for the sky and the ocean. So the foreground is a common problem we always have to paint the foreground too large, because that's a camera perspective. You need to keep a proportion, right? So the rock should be little as in proportion to the tree, not too high. Even though
I got carried away with those bubbles, and when you put those bubbles on there, sometimes
bubbles, right?
The big blob of ink, so I had to turn all of this into rocks. I didn't mean it.
You just cut it off. Just cut the lower part off.
Just cut this part away.
Right. Yeah, that was the 3 trees.
Oh, like that?
Yeah, right.
Oh,
yeah. That looks much better. Yeah. You got it. Yeah, just cut it off. Trim it
you're
off.
so smart. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. There's a person whose computer said, Nick, I am unable to spot video Nick's computer. Nick, are you able to show your work by opening up your screen, your lens?
Yes.
Oh,
Thank
good.
you.
Okay.
Nick, okay. Oh, beautiful trunk. Very texture. Yeah. Just a little bit to your right. Okay, a little behind, back behind a little bit. Okay, very nice.
Oh, it's nice.
Yeah. Love the color, the yellow rock, the white waves. Yeah, you have your own composition. It's very good. I like it.
I just follow you, teacher.
But yeah, you did a little differently. Beautiful. Very nice. I think the bottom could be trimmed off a little bit. Maybe it's not. I think I like that rock. Just put your name on the front rock. Just sign horizontally, maybe with English name if you want, or just on the corner. That will break that space. Will fill in that emptiness. The large rock on the left side, you could sign there. Yeah, I think that's about it. The drop of ink in the sky look like a balloon. Yeah, it could be some UFOs, but just leave it. I think it's okay. Okay.
It can be a cruise ship.
cruise ship. Yeah, I could.
A big cruise ship.
Yeah, sometimes
parked
we just
somewhere.
leave it as in the viewer's imagination. It doesn't look bad at all as a picture. You know, it could be anything. Happy accident.
Henry, what if somebody adds some birds? For example, the bus.
Yeah.
If you add birds,
But
flying
that would be
birds.
too big for bird.
Too big.
Yeah, that dots is a little too big. You can make it into a lighthouse. That would be perfect. Make it into a lighthouse. Just add you know, the lighthouse shape. The top is the roof. The middle is the just put a little orange there, and yeah, I think it's perfect proportion for lighthouse. I show you an image maybe with from Winslow Homer. I think I can find that. He did everything with the lighthouse in the background. I think that's a good solution for you. Let me see if I can find that too. Oh, here is one. I think. Let me show you my.
I need to find you. Are you sharing screen, or I need to find you, Henry?
Yeah, you can share my screen. Winston Homer's. Oh, just I can share my screen, right? I can do that maybe.
Yes, you should be able.
Okay. I see. Can you see?
Yes.
I just
Yes,
want
we're
to-
seeing your.
Oh, you're sharing
Yeah.
this. I'm sharing this. Okay. Anyway, I think I got it wrong. Screen.
We see. I see a lighthouse in the distance. That's white. On that screen,
I got the wrong one. This is the one. Right?
Yes.
You're looking at this one. Okay. Yeah. That's the white lighthouse there. I think there are some other paintings. Oh, maybe there's one in the distance. Yeah, so see the lighthouse there, just in a, yeah, that's just very suggestive. Lighthouse, yeah. Okay, lighthouse in the horizon would be a good solution for that painting. Let me stop sharing. Next person, please.
Eliza Mink.
Eliza, I just saw your mother's. Yours is. It's good. I like the simplicity of colors, the ink and the little color in the back. Okay, the tree trunk, it's a little bit too curvy. Just a little straighter and be, you know, stronger would be good. Composition is good. Yeah, just make it some part a little more angular and straight. The water could be done with less wash, but more just a line, you know, a line, a few lines first, and then paint. Yeah, or you just wash the color without much detail, you know, texture. It would be good. Just a little less weight on the water would be good. The rock is nice. Yeah, very good. So no problem with the tree top. I think some part could be a little loose, maybe, so that the black is not too solid. Yeah, I think it's nice. Very good. The composition, yeah, very good. Very nice.
Eliza, I like your inscription, the windy day.
What
That
did you
is
say
so
there?
appropriate.
Big. What
大风天。
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 Oh, yeah, 大风天. I see. 大风天. Okay, great. Big windy day. Okay, good. Yeah, very creative. You're in Hawaii? Wow, you live with palm trees on a daily basis. Yeah, observe more, and then you should paint better than us. Okay. Good start. Good start.
Okay. I think we went through every. Oh, there's Maribel. One moment. Maribel will be next.
Wow. Okay.
You need to back up a little bit.
Back up just a little farther from the camera. so we can see the whole picture. Yeah. Just like that. Perfect. Yeah. I like the openness of the sky. Very nice, beautiful, with the silhouette trees. The circle on the left, on the the last tree, the smallest tree, is too complete. Try to break that circle. Yeah. Otherwise, it's perfect. Yeah. Just maybe extend one on the right a little bit, so they don't form a circle like that. Yeah. Just make that break that circle will be perfect. The yellow looks like the sand. I see the blue is actually the ocean, right? It looks like a sky, but you can make the blue into sky, but add more green to the in the middle of somewhere. Just make the water dark. It could be another interpretation. So I interpret the blue as a sky, so the water could be bluer on the horizon. Yeah. And the yellow looks like water to me, but it could be sand. Okay. Yeah, just make the ocean a little dark blue. I think that will separate from the near ground, the sandy ground. Yeah. Okay. The rock is nice. You can have some contour, a little dry brush to reinstate the contour, because there's blur of some soft. You can make it a little harder on some of the edges. Okay, I cannot hear you, but I think you got my idea, right?
It's still wet, Henry.
Oh, I see. There, but yeah, just make it usually you do contour with a dark ink. Today you did the very soft ones.
I was trying to be careful.
Ah, I see. Just make the contour, reinstate the contour a little bit, of the rock.
Okay.
Yeah, very nice. I like the softness you got today. I didn't realize it's your painting. Usually painted with dark ink. I like the softness. Good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, who else? I see Lisa.
Lisa Curry. Yeah. Okay.
Hi.
Hi, Lisa. Yeah, I like the diagonal and vertical tree composition. The rock, very nice. You got something on the rock. It's a whitish. It's a bubble, something textured. Where
No, it's just texture.
texture.
Yes, the white paper.
Very natural. Look like a shell. Shells on the rock. Yeah, beautiful. I just love the rock texture and the shape, everything. The water. Okay, there looks like a deep slope somehow. Can you flatten the sand a little bit somehow? By bringing some horizontal elements. I think maybe the ground on the second tree is a little too diagonal. You can make a rock or something to make it leveled a little bit. So on the left side, maybe you just sign on the left side, it will balance it, I think. Yeah.
Oh, sign over here. Yeah.
On your, let me see, on your right side, right? Right side. It looks yeah, right. All right.
Over here.
Yeah,
Okay.
under it, under the tree will be fine. Yeah. Right there, down there. Yeah, right. That's where I want to do. Yeah, that area is good for sign. Yeah, beautiful. I like the face of the rock. The feel, the tree looks good. Yeah, I like the shady and the light contrast, the dark and light contrast. The combination tree is especially good. This single tree could be a little loose on the right side, maybe a few sticking out leaf, one long one just sticking out on this side, on the other side, in the middle somehow. I think make it a little loose, so it's more stretched out instead of too
Right.
too together. Yeah, too much tight, too tight. Yeah, you can lose it
Right.
with a little long one on the right side of the tree.
Oh, good.
Okay, very good. Well done. I like the colors. Very good.
Okay, we have a Marlene Lempert.
Okay.
Marlene, you need to
Focus
lower
on
the angle of your camera so we could see your. Right now, we're looking at the. You need to
Ceiling.
lower it. We're looking at the ceiling.
Maybe just hold the camera against the painting. You're using a phone, right? Maybe.
Okay, we'll find someone else right now and then return later. There is this Brenda Harmon.
Okay, great. Brenda. Yeah, I like the horizontal composition. Okay. Yeah.
Back a little here.
I see. So there's something like houses in the background, or just rocks. Right?
Oh, I was trying to do your wave coming
waves.
in.
Okay. Yeah.
Then I painted water in front. Well, then I figured, and when I heard you say, well, I was trying to do some sand.
I see.
Trying to make it look more like sand under the.
Yeah, the water has a white top. If you,
Yeah.
I think for now we can consider that as something else. You can make it into the bank or something.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't have to do the water. You can make it just a field of something.
Okay.
Fine. Yeah, just like bushes or more trees on the background. It's also fine. Anyway.
Right here, this could be trees.
It could be. It look like a field, a green field or something. Yeah, it could be pineapple or something. I don't know. It's just interesting texture you got.
Okay.
As a wave, it maybe doesn't. It's hard to correct.
Okay.
But if you make it into something else, it would be nice. You can even just paint bushes in the distance, something like that.
Okay.
Anyway, so but then the front we need to have something to feel. You can paint a house or something, even a shelter or a hut or something in the foreground. Yeah.
In here, over here.
In the middle, near the rock. Yeah, near the rock side.
Okay.
Right. Right. That's the area. I think you can also just put I don't know, some animal like a sea turtle or something. I did the one with the sea turtle, another day on the beach. It's a very.
Oh, that would be fun. Yeah. A sea turtle.
So sea turtle, and let me show you what I did. Okay, let me.
Okay,
thank you. Let me show you.
Thanks. Thank you.
What I got. See, if I can spot myself.
Oh, I see.
I just spotlight you.
Okay, spotlight. Yeah, this is actually, if you look at this is a sea turtle. I have a picture of that actually. If I can show you. Let me show you the picture of the turtle. Okay.
Is this your handmade book with the raw shrimp paper so you can carry it on the field?
Sketchbook. Yeah, look at this. And can you see that? Sorry. Whoa, yeah, see that sea turtle? I was sketching with this book. Right. See that?
Okay.
Yeah, that's.
There's a question. Does your sketchbook have a sumi paper? Is that shrimp paper that you
the
made?
Sumi sketchbook. Yeah, it's made of the Sumi sketchbook. Half set. Actually, we use semi-size. This is probably more unsized, but now we carry one without too much blurring, but semi-size with a little absorbency. I did this like in less than 3 minutes. Yeah, that's a resort with whales. Not whales. What's this called? Dolphins. Dolphins jumping. Swimming. Very performing dolphins. Like here, I draw them. I draw those dolphins. They're so fast. So I basically did from memory. Yeah, and that's a resort by the sea. We had a lunch there.
Henry, is this paper single layered, semi-sized paper, or
it's a
double
single.
layer?
This is unsized. If you wanted this effect, you can get the unsized, single layer unsized paper. Yeah, but we now sell the one with semi-sized. It has an insert in between, so it prevents it from bleeding. See, there's a 3 layer here. Every page, yeah, it's a.
So the insert is there for every single fold.
Every page has the 3 layers.
I see.
You see there's an insert in between that prevent it from bleeding through. There's a Japanese garden it's a resort.
And Michelle asked you if this is carried by Blue Heron Art.
Yeah, it's carried by Blue Heron Arts. It's called the Sumi Sketchbook. That's the sketch I did in Hawaii.
So potentially we could make our own, right?
Yeah. I see someone did in the class earlier last time. You can bind them yourself. It's like a stitch. My daughter took a class in college. She showed them how to make this kind of book, and also other book binding class. They should be the same. Yeah. Okay, this was done by the artist in Hawaii, Shea Wa. Shea did this on my sketchbook. Yeah. We have a portable brush pen, and I usually carry the convenient ink with a case like this. So this is just some chips I got. So you can just draw with water. You get ink from the water. Yeah. And I think it's from Huntington Library. With some plants like roses and heron. Waterfall in the Chinese garden. Yeah, the Chinese garden sketch, and there's some water lily. This is the last picture I did in Bay. We had a one-day trip. So we saw this turtle and other places around the Honolulu. Okay, let's continue. Is there any other paintings to show?
I think I did not see any more. It's 3:15.
Okay.
Are there additional questions? There's a Stephanie. Do you want to take one more, or
okay, sure.
Is there a question? One more?
One more. Stephanie. Let me see if I think we're looking at it. Okay. I can see that. Very
Still
nice.
wet.
Yeah, I can see. I like the tree. The scenery is good. You have.
I changed a little bit. I don't know how to write the rock. Draw the rock.
Yeah, I think it's fine. I like the elements on the front. You have some grass, some rock, something, and very soft bluish gray on the background, contrast with the warm sandy foreground. Beautiful, and the tree are really good silhouette and the proportion. I really like the trunk. Okay. The trunk, you got right. It's not so curvy, it's not so straight. just
Uh-huh.
right. Yeah,
Thank
it's
you.
hard to balance. Very hard to balance. You
I don't
did
know how
perfect.
to make the sand color.
Pardon me?
I don't know how to make the sand color.
Sand.
Yeah.
Basically
Bottom?
it's brownish, yellow brown.
Yellow and brown?
Yeah, you can add a little blue or some purplish color.
Okay.
Some
Okay.
lavender.
Okay.
Look at the sand. Yeah, real sand with the near the water is bluish, more bluish. When on the dry part is more yellowish, and something in
Okay.
between is brown. Yeah, you can make a variation from yellow, brown to lavender.
Okay.
Or
So blue
purple.
will return to lavender, right?
Yeah, it tends to add more blue towards the water.
Okay.
And the more brown when it's wet, and then yellow when it's dry, right? So just
Okay.
you don't have to do the gradation. Just put some spots here and there.
Okay.
It will be fine.
So this will be good.
Yeah, actually, when I draw the lines of water. So you just create some water on the pattern, on the sand, and you don't have to do the whole ground. Try to keep it empty. That's the best solution, I think.
Okay.
Don't pen it if you're not sure. Yeah, leave it out when you're in doubt.
Thank you.
So Henry, Vicky raised her hand before. Do you have a question, Vicky, or do you want to show your work? Did Vicky go somewhere? Vicky, do you want to show your work or you have a question?
All right. Can you see it?
Spotlight video, yes.
Okay, this one. Because I use top one as a work, bottom one is the exercise box.
Okay, yeah. Just top one is a complete painting, right? Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. Very nice. I like the perspective of the large, small in the background, the large tree in the front. Very nice tree. The silhouette shape, the shape of the tree is very good. I like the combination of the two balanced with a single large one. That's very typical. What we call the still yard composition. You have two elements on the horizontal line, balanced. Yeah, that's nice, and the rock also help. My only suggestion is to keep the background a little softer and then just leave a lot of white for the ground in the front, maybe in between. So you don't have to do the root. At least omit the light part. Just do the shady part, maybe. So they're not triangular on the bottom. The root part. Yeah. So try to avoid that symmetrical triangular shape on the bottom of your main tree. That'll be good. I like the tree trunk with a highlight ring, like an edge, like a dark and light contrast. That's nice. I like the texture too. The horizontal dots very rhythmic. Your strokes are very nice on the leaves. Beautiful. Yeah.
Thank you, Henry. I have a question.
Yeah.
Because I use a brush, right? It's too dark, so that's why I have no way to doing that.
If you want to lighten it, you can add the mineral, like opaque blue.
Opaque blue?
Yeah, just add some opaque blue is the 三青 or 十青 or 二青.
You should have received that from the library. The light blue one is opaque. The light green is also opaque. The brown is also opaque.
You can use.
Okay, I only have a 3 color: red, yellow, and blue now.
And you use all the other colors?
Yeah, you need to buy that,
ink. That's the only stuff I have.
You can get the opaque colors online. Just buy. Yeah, you can buy a whole set of 12. Then you will have everything. It's
Oh, you could gouache, the white
yeah, you can
gouache
use
that come
gouache.
in
Yeah.
with the watercolor palette last time.
Yeah.
There is a white gouache. You can mix a little bit of blue with that white
blue,
gouache with
yellow,
watercolor.
and or just blue with white. Would be good. Yeah. You can use opaque color to make the dark. Actually, the dark doesn't bother me at all. I like that. Like the dark in a wave could be lighter. That's my suggestion. The dark on the rock just fine because as I said, there are some volcano lava or stone or rock. It's really dark in Hawaii. Just like black. Lavas. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, Henry, it's 3:22.
Yeah, let's cut it off maybe for now. So next time we'll do critique on their homework. I'll take some cases to show you how to finish maybe some paintings from reference or from idea memories.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so thank you. I put it in the chat. This is a reminder of what I sent in the email last night. So for the final assignment, please prepare. Remember something and write down a few sentences to describe your memory and gather some pictures from your old albums or magazines or from current internet or from today's painting. Sketch out your story from your memory and then submit your sketches, including the reference picture, to our class drive. If you are, that is a preferred way to submit directly to the class drive, so Henry could see. If you have trouble submitting it, uploading it to the class drive, then email me. I just do not want to get into the difficulty of not getting everybody's email. Sometimes I lose emails because the attachment is too big. So if you could do the uploading, please upload directly. And please do this before Tuesday, the 27th of April, so that Henry would have time to look at it ahead of our
the
class.
earlier the better.
The earlier the better, yes, exactly.
You don't have to wait till the weekend, or you can do it,
Right. If you grew up in a tropical country or take a trip to Florida, for example, I was impressed by the date palms of Florida. I didn't even know what that was. What I noticed was these golden clusters high up on the palm tree. And that impressed me. And then when I talked to the locals, they told me these are date palms and they're edible. I didn't know how sweet.
The dates. Actually, you can get very sweet. Yeah, we have them
extremely
in Los Angeles. Yeah.
Yes, and when you could buy it in the supermarket in New York. When they are very ripe, they get kind of darker and they are like a honey and softer.
We call them Iraqi dates in China when I was young.
I never had it.
From Iraq
I never had it.
I don't know what if they're from Middle East or not. But anyway, it's like a desert palm maybe. We have them here in our community actually. Yeah.
Okay, so that was a very impressive thing to me in my memory. I wish I could do that. Maybe I will do that.
Okay, let's try.
But if you come from a different place, if it's not tropical, if it's from the north, remember the pine tree and the cliff that we learned in lesson 1? Maybe you could do something with trees of the northern climate.
We had a student in France already submitted the idea to do olive trees, in southern Provence.
Amazing, amazing. Yes, if you have cats as a pet, if you have a story about your cat, these are all amazing things that you could do. For example, the beautiful jacaranda flowers of Mexico, you could use the same technique that we learned in lesson 2 with the cherry blossom, right?
Yeah.
While doing the cherry blossom, Henry also painted the little temple, little village, little boat to show the water. So you could do a water village if you come from southern China, black and white houses, or a different country. So review the videos from Henry's previous classes. Look at some of the paintings in our class drive from other students. Look at your album if you still keep an album. I am sure there's so many things that you could use to sketch and create your memory and pass it down for a long time. So thank you very much. Enjoy your final assignment, and we will continue with Henry in a different session in May, focusing on flowers and insects. Please register it in the chat also. It has been great working with you all, and I'll see you again next week.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
See you next week.
Good to have this program. I learned a lot.
Yes, yes, I'm inspired also from all the comments and all the work from everyone. We got to learn so much from each other.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye, everybody. See you next week.
Bye-bye. See you
Bye.
next week.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a wonderful day.
Enjoy. Oh, I hear